Hey, this is Full Game Prometheus giving you more offensive tips. This is going to be another formation I'm going to break out of the Minnesota playbook. This is a very common formation. You can pretty much find these plays in multiple playbooks, and if you play custom, you could build a really extensive scheme around this. iForm Pro, very common play. D. Jones won a championship with this particular formation. Not necessarily the way I'm running it, but I just want to show you just a couple of plays I'm going to go ahead and use in this scheme to effectively attack my opponent. So first audible we're going to do is we're going to switch out our audibles. Quick slants is one of the base audibles. It's a very generic play. I like mid attack because it allows me to pop my opponent off the left hand side, and I also have got a nice little fullback route I can hit with my opponent too. And then Vikings fades, I want to go and switch it out with the play action middle shot. Now I can leave the power O in there if I want to, or switch it out. I've also got the play action power O, so it's pretty good to keep that as a consistency. Now when I come out of the huddle, I'm going to either pick one of two different plays. I'm going to pick the lead draw. That's in particular if I got an opponent that's running a lot of like zone coverages, cover 2s, cover 3s. The draw is actually very effective, especially if he runs a lot of cover 4. Cover 4, it gets eaten up by a draw. You can get easy yards with that. But if I'm really going to be running against an opponent a lot, I'm probably going to use an ISO as my base run. And we're just going to run this against random defenses. Alright, so with the ISO, we're just going to go ahead and run right up the middle and just hope we get some good blocking. That's going to basically open things up for us. I'm going to go ahead and move this ball a little back to give myself some more room to get off some of the other pass plays. So we're going to just drop this down to probably about the 50-yard line so we can open things up. Now, my read is going to be whether I've got off coverage or press coverage. So this coverage is a little bit pressed. I'm thinking it's cover 2. So we're going to go into mid attack. Actually, one of the if you look at the safeties, one safety is a little bit higher than the other safety, so this is probably cover 3, and it is, and I can go ahead and pop that out route with cover 3. So a base read real quick with the safeties is just see if they're aligned flat or not. That safety moves up a little bit, so it is giving me a cover 3 look. So I'm going to go ahead and just pop out and just go ahead and hit him with the quick out route against that cover 3. So just read the safeties. If they're slightly staggered, it's going to be cover 2. If they stay the same, all right, so these guys are, looks like they're slightly staggered again, so they're moving around. So we're just going to go ahead and take a look at this, and as you can see, that safety actually came down into a hard zone, but I'm able to go ahead and pop that play. Now what's cool about this particular play is that against cover 2 and against other types of zones, this fullback route will actually get open. So that was man. I probably should have hit another route with that, but let's see if we can do this again. This is not going to be a common defense you're going to see. You're not going to see a lot of guys running deep or man coverages against you, but you can see right here against cover 2, a lot of times what's going to happen is this fullback route will actually get open and get a nice little separation. Especially against cover 2, it's going to be the case, but against cover 3, we're just going to go and try to pop that out, and in my next progression is going to be underneath with the fullback route to go and pick it up. So 2 reads. Tight end route, sometimes we'll get separation and get underneath. Let's see here. Sometimes you can go and hit that route, but I don't want to go and force that any more than I have to. So really just 2 reads, 2 routes, off coverage, off to the left, underneath, and then here you go. Here's a tight end route that we had to wait for it. I'll be able to get that. Now, another play that we can go and jump into is the play action middle shot. This is a concept that a lot of Madden players have been using. What I like to do is I like to drag up the tight end, and really my progression is going to be tight end, it's going to be Thielen, and then it's going to be Cooks. This route by Diggs, it's just a clear out route. I just want to go ahead and make progressions from there. So want to go ahead and look for the crosser. That's going to be the first area you want to go. That's going to be the high percentage pass. And if you don't have any block sheds coming from your opponent, what you can do is you can go ahead and look for the red route, which is the crossing route. But I didn't like how that edge was set up, so I was just going to go ahead and hit the underneath route with the dragging tight end. Now what's great about it is it's a very easy play that you can jump into. So and if he's not playing the right coverage, what's going to happen is you're going to go ahead and get some really good separation with that crossing route underneath. So let's see if we don't get any more crazy block sheds from the CPU, and let's see if we can get this deep crossing route off the left. So nope, once again another big play right there by the safety coming in and blowing this play up. Let's see if we can do it one more time. Another blitzer, and here you go. this is the route we're going to be looking for. Typically, if they're jumping into zone coverages, their zones are actually not going to play this correctly, and I'm not going to get the massive block shed that we're actually normally seeing. And that crossing route on the backhand side should be pretty open like this. So this is going to be an area. Sometimes you can rack it. I suggest possession catching it because your guy's going to be down in the middle. Now, if you want to, conversely, you can hit your opponent on the right-hand side. I like to drag up the backside receiver to give myself a fast release. It just gets a little across the middle of the field a little bit sooner with the power out. Or I can do an in route too. That just gives a little bit more levels concepts. But you can see right here, I've got the corner, I've got the flat. I'm clearing out with the fly route. And then obviously I've got on the back side, I've got digs, which will basically be another area of the field that I can actually do. So watching for digs right there, and he actually was covered up in another block shed by the CPU. Don't be surprised by that in the practice mode. That's going to happen when you play these, when you do these type of things. So right here with the crossing route, you can pick up some pretty good yards with that if you actually come down with the ball. So this is a play. This is a formation that I have been using in this series, and I like it because it establishes the run for me, and then I've got some pretty good plays that I can hit my opponent for some big yards off the back end side. So once again, to my subscribers, thanks guys for your support. You've also got Power O, which just run off the tackle, and sometimes you can get some good big yards. So I don't even know what number 62 was doing on that. He actually just completely got out of the way. He basically said, "Hey, Ole," he was the matador for the defenders to go ahead and tackle him in the backfield. So once again, guys, thanks for your support. Look for the gameplay of my Minnesota. You'll see me jumping in this formation and me beating opponents with it. So once again, thank you for your support. Until next time.